May I take this opportunity to bring your attention to pay homage to the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhaṃ Bhagavantaṃ Abhivādemi Sawakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namassami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅgho Saṅghang Namami Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Please have a seat. Respected to Mahasangha, brother, sister, and friends in the Dhamma. Today, as we all know, our Dhamma friend who live in Thailand and Myanmar facing complicated situation because of earthquake. There are too many pictures you might explore from Facebook, YouTube, that is bring sadness for all of us. It is the law of nature. The Buddha said, Dhammaniyam. As a human being, no one knows situation like this. But now, there are too many people die, suffer. The way we can do, the first one is bring back mindfulness. It's the reason why today I would like to bring you all to do a chanting, to dedicate merit and goodness to them all. At the same time, we have to find a way to help them. Donate money, raise fund money, and send to them all to buy food, drinking water, and so on. Couple days ago, I came here, meet Dhamma friend, brother, sister, Sayale monk from Myanmar. At first, I donate money 100,000 to them all to assist to help monk Sayale Bhikkhuni who was suffer at this time. After that, there are too many people, IBSC family, even Thai people, my disciple in America, UK, they raise fund money and send to bank account already. I, on behalf of Mang Sayale, Burmese people who suffer at this time, we be strong under the power of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. We are unable to leave you alone. We are all, we will be beside you and help you anytime, anywhere, to bring back my power again. So today, I would like to invite a group of Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana to pray for Burmese and Thai people to be strong. The first one, please, Venerable from Theravada school, please stand in front of me and pray through Facebook Live. Please, Theravada group, please come. Okay. Led by Venerable naming all of you. The second one will be Mahayana. The last one will be Vajrayana. Pante. Come, Pante. Group of Theravada first. You can stand here, Pante. Yeah, the second one will be there. Okay. Yeah. Siale, come, sister. Okay. อิติปิโสภะคะวะอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธเวชชาสัมปันโนสุขโตโลกวิทูอนุตตรโรปุริสธรรมรัติสัทธาเทวมนุษย์สานังพุทโธติสวาคาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมสันติติโกลิโกเอหิปัสสิโกโอปนัยโกปัสตังเวทิตาโพวินโยหิติสุปฏิปันสาวกสังโฆอุชุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตกสังโฆสายปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังสามีจิปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังยติทางจัตตาริปุริสยุคานิอัตตปุริสปุกเอสัพพะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆอาหุนายอาหุนายโยทากินายโยอันการณิโยอนุตตรามปุญญาเกตโลกัสสาติยัมภวตุสัพพมังคลังขันตุสัมปเทวตาสัมปพุทธานุภานาสัทธาโสติยัมภวันตุเตยัมภวตุสัพพมังราคันตุสัมปเทวตาสัพมานุภาเวนัสสทธาโสติยัมภวันตุเตสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัมปเทวตาสัพคานุ Bhaveyanasatha soti bhavantu te. May the power of the Buddha, the Dhamma and the Sangha bring you all to be happy, strong and good health forever. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Please take your time. Then we be the group of Mahayana school. Please come here. เตรียมไมโครโฟนให้กลุ่มพระสงฆ์จากมหายานนะได้มาสวดมนต์อำนวยพรให้ญาติโยมมีจิตใจที่เข้มแข็งแข็งแรงพระพุทธเจ้าตรัสว่าการเห็นสมณะเป็นมงคลสมณานันจะทัสนังเอตัมมังคลมุตตัมมังสมณะทั้งหลายที่มาเรียนที่วิทยาลัยพุทธศาสนาชาติสวดมนต์ส่งกำลังใจให้ญาติโยมทุกท่านมีจิตใจที่เข้มแข็งแข็งแรงเอาไมโครโฟนมาให้ซิสเตอร์ครับไมโครโฟนอยู่ไหน
One more please. One more please.
Nam mô Đại Bi Hội Thượng Phật Bồ Tát. Nam mô Đại Bi Hội Thượng Phật Bồ Tát. Nam mô Đại Bi Hội Thượng Phật Bồ Tát. Thiên thủ thiên nhãn vô ngài đại bi tâm đà ra ni. Nam mô ra đằng nai đa ra ya ya. Nam mô a di đà bà lô kiên đế thương bát ra ya bồ đề tăng đoá bà ya ma tăng đoá bà ya ma. Ni ga yang tâm bằng ra bằng về số đăng đa đăng tòa nam mô tăng kiên lăng đoá hi mong ma ri ya ba lô đệ tăng ra lăng đà bà nam mô na ra công kỳ hệ ri ma bằng đa sa mê tăng ba ta độ yu bằng thế dương tăng ba tăng gia nam ba ya ma bằng đăng độ đa đề tha ba lô e lô ca đế ca ra đề ye re ma bồ đề tăng đoá tăng ba ma ra e ri đa dân cô lô yết mong đô lô phạn xà ya đề ma phạn xà ya đề đa ra địa rì đề tham ra ya ra môn đê lệ di hệ thân na ra tâm vọng ra xa lợi vang xa vang sâm vang ra xa giáo lô ma ra he re ta ra tăng re do ro bồ đề ya bồ đà ya di đê ri ya na ra công trì địa ri sang ni na na ta ba tăng đà ya ta ba ma tăng đà ya ta ba tăng đà yu nghe tương bản ra ya ta ba ma ra ri ta ba ma ba ra tăng mô khe ya ta ba ma tăng đà ya ta ba ya kiên ra tân đà ya ta ba tân đà ya ta ba na ra con trì bằng đà ra ya ta ba ma ba lê thanh yên ra ya ta ba nam mô ya ra ya nam mô a di đà bà lô kiên đế tướng bằng ra ya ta bà tăng điện đô mạng đa ra bằng ra ya ta bà tăng điện đô ta bà tăng điện đô mạng đa ra bằng ra ya ta bà nguyện ngày an lành đêm an lành đêm ngày sau thời đường an lành tất cả các thời đều an lành xin nguyện từ bi thường gia hộ nam mô tiêu tai gian các tướng Bồ Tát nam mô tiêu tai gian các tướng Bồ Tát nam mô Bồ Tát nguyện đem công đức này hướng về thăm tất cả đệ tử và chúng sanh đều trọn thành Phật đạo.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Then we get a group of Vachalayana school monks, okay, led by Venerable Gagan, lecturer of IBSC.
Imahong sar sangye nawa tae ta yesu cho tuje chenpo ta yento semba tu chen tonam la sangye chansen bane korge kor Dege ngomsar pato me ba ye dewa chenshe chaye shinkande dajen dene tsepe jurma ta kewa shinge karma chebaro dero gene nantai sheton sho dege dage melan Chujo sangye chansen tamche geme choba chinge lapto se de yata pensa de awa buddha nai soha chote gel se che gon soye zola je Andage songe saba Kuncho somla cheba Bige temba pejo Chege semche Dage sange tobjo Chege tsa tamche chede Netan Lami Jebne Tane Sozo She Tsere Neme Nyamdo Sede Sachoni Namshe Tsepe Joma Dewa Chinto Kejo Chicken Kaji Yeten de la Sangye Sho Chancho Tomne Chese To Chibedo Dembra Sho Give Kiko Zanshe Gawati Pema Damba Shinto Zeleke Nawa Tege Ginsom To Lonten Paye Dajin De Topsho Tene Dajin Lonte Ratone Chiba Mango Chewa Chajaye Loye Tokye Chocho Namso Ya Semche Namla Pemba Magi Sho.
On behalf of those who suffer because of earthquake, would like to thank Dhamma friend, sister, brother, who being here and who are chanting, to dedicate merit, goodness to them all, to be strong. I do hope that under the power of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, everything will be good and bring back everything as well as we can. Thank you very much.
Sadhu, sadhu. So as we have already performed the Buddhist chanting from different traditions, Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana, I hope that the goodwill, the good message that we has performed here to reach to those victims in Myanmar, in Thailand, for the peace and happiness of their life. Next will be the session for a special lecture from our guest speaker. So before I invite him, I would kindly take this opportunity to tell a brief bio of our guest speaker. And today's guest speaker is Dr. Gagan Malik. He's an Indian actor known for his work in Bollywood and television. He gained international recognition for portraying Prince Siddhartha, Gautama Buddha, Lord Buddha, in the Sri Lankan film Sri Siddhartha Gautama in 2013, which won multiple awards. And Mr. Malik has also acted in various Indian TV series, including as a Lord Rama in the series named Mahabali Hanumana. And in recent years, he has been actively involved in Buddhist-related projects and humanitarian work. In past, he also ordained as a Theravada Buddhist monk in Wat Tha Thong, Bangkok, Thailand. Actually, his bio is too long, more than 40 pages, so I would not take this whole time to introduce. And so without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Gagan Malik to share his insights and knowledge on the topic, how to restore Indian Buddhism from his own experience. So staff, please prepare the podiums or mic. So staff team, please provide the essential needs for our guest speaker.
Okay. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Firstly, I pay my respect to my master, uh, Most Honorable Hansa, who is here, Vice Rector of MCU. And he always been a great teacher to me. When I was a monk, I learned Vipassana from him. So I have learned from many teachers around the world, but I feel that the way he teaches, I think it was my favorite, and it was one kind of the finest one. So thank you. And thanks a lot for inviting me here to be with all of you. I pay all my respect to all the sanghas who are present here from all the sects, is Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana, and of course all the upasakas who are here. Before I start anything, we all know that a sad incident happened of the earthquake starting from Myanmar and Thailand and damaged so many things, took so many lives, and all the monks, upasakas, lay people, they are in a big mess, as we can see on the television, social media. So as a Buddhist, as a good human being, I think it is our duty. So I appeal to everyone who's watching this live that please come forward, that at MCU we have started to support all these people in Myanmar, in Bangkok, and Most Venerable Hansa on behalf of MCU and his devotees have already donated more than 100,000 baht already. They are in need now. So I request all of you, all the followers, all the Buddhist people to come forward and have a big heart. And I think this is the right time to make merit. There's always a right timing. This is the time when they need you, and this is the time when we should work on. So I request everyone to come forward and donate as much as they can to make merit. I request the people to show the scan and the account numbers, so wherever they can donate at the right place. So it's an appeal to everyone once again. To me, sometimes they call me Dr. Gagan Malik. I'm not a doctor just like you, because you have studied very hard, and I'm not the one who really studied that hard to get that degree. And it's an honorary degree that I have got from several places. So I'm doctor with the honorary degree, not a typical researcher who does the things. But when we talk about India, yes, I'm a practical researcher. I have gone to the ground level and saw everything with my own eyes, and I worked with them with my own hands. I have joined many Buddhist communities in India and try to work and see what is the practical truth, not from the books or somebody. When I was called, and so they said, okay, I go to AI, Chat GPT, and all those, and see what other things needed. Then I said, I don't need all that, because then it will be a copybook style that one professor is coming and just giving the lecture and go back. So I don't want to use those things. I want to take my heart out and tell you the exact what I feel here. Me, first of all, if you want to know about me, I was born in a Hindu family, born and brought up in Hindu family in New Delhi, where we follow all the traditions and cultures of Hinduism with all the lords and gods and everyone. But there was a time when I was called for an audition from a Sri Lankan producer for a movie. And that was the first time that I have started hearing about Buddha. Now the Prime Minister of India, ministers of India, many other top business people, the richest men of India, whenever they go abroad, they say, oh, I am from the land of the Buddha. But let's know the hardcore truth. The hardcore truth is I have not studied anything about Buddha in my school, because there is no chapter anywhere where I can study about him. And he has got the real treasure of mankind, how to actually end suffering. And this is the most important factor that has to be done now. I went and gave the audition, and he asked me, oh, what kind of a person you are. He was talking personal questions. Do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you party? And I said, you talk about acting, why are you talking about my personal life? He said, you are going to portray a role which will involve sentiments of millions in the world. So they have not seen, oh, someone can play Siddhartha. So we need to see the person must be a right person to choose. So I went through that setup. I don't want to go deeply into it, but that was the time when I started reading about Buddha at the age after 30 years. I don't know nothing, living in the land of the Buddha, and I don't know nothing about Buddha. So strange. And I was studying in the top A grade school, like a really modern, very good school of India. And that is too in capital, but nothing about Buddha. So I studied. And I think the first book I studied was from Thich Nhat Hanh, the most venerable, Old Path, White Clouds. I think most of you might have heard about that book, and a beautiful book which told me the story of Prince Siddhartha and also the Dhamma of the Buddha. So when I went through the whole thing, it was like a 360-degree turn in my life. It was something that my vision got cleared. Like when we drive a car, we have a dust on the windscreen. We can't see clearly. We use the wiper to clean the windscreen with the water. And then I see, like, my goodness, I see everything so clear. I was living in beliefs and thoughts and nothing. I have so many questions in my mind, but there was no answers. Then I got to know, okay, all other religions are the religions of the beliefs. This is the only religion which talk about doubts, which talks to clear your doubts. You believe, you first of all clear your doubts, you practice, and then you believe if everything is going right. So correct. So slowly I went into Buddhism. I did the movie. Movie was one of the biggest hit in Sri Lanka. I started going to different villages, different corners to show the sacrifice of Prince Siddhartha. And then finally, when I went to Vietnam, one very young kid asked me a question. Sir, today the population of Buddhist people is very less in India. Like 2% of the total population is Buddhist. What are you doing for Buddhism in India? You are propagating Buddhism in every country in the world, but what about your country? That touched my mind and my heart. Like, I have a duty to perform. Because when a person is selected for such kind of a role, he has a duty to perform. He has a heavy weight on his shoulders, because now people are looking at him with so many expectations. Like, oh, he's the chosen one. There are millions and billions of superstars, actors, but to get this role, you need some kind of a merits in previous life or whenever. Then you get a chance to let people see you. Oh, he's maybe Siddhartha, he's maybe Buddha. I'm not Siddhartha, I'm not Buddha at all, but I portray that role and try to justify. So I become Siddhartha or Buddha in front of your eyes. So I started that part. So now I have a responsibility. That question brought a change in my mind. I went to India. And when I went to India, and I thought, okay, where is Buddhism now in India? So I started doing my research, and then I got to know a great name came in my ears, that is Dr. Ambedkar. I said, Buddhism was vanished, now how? But we still see Buddhist people, a lot of Buddhist people. What is happening there? Then I saw that Dr. Ambedkar was the one who actually revived Buddhism in 1956. He became Buddhist with 500,000 people at one place at one time in Nagpur in Diksha Bhumi, which is a world record. He changed the whole scenario of Buddhism in India, actually. Now you need to understand a little setup. Why this thing has come up, why Buddhism vanished, what happened. We need to go a little bit in the history too. Everybody knows, I believe, because you're studying here, there was a caste system in India. We've always believed in caste system under Hindu religion, which was divided into 4 castes. Number 1 was considered on the top was Brahmins. Brahmins, who were the teachers of in the temples, like the high and priest. They were called Brahmins, and they were treated as they are the top caste. Number 2 were Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas were the royals, the kings, princesses, queens. They all were Kshatriyas, who are the fighters, warriors. And number 3 were Vaisnavas, the business people who work like industrialists or high rich class people. They were Vaisnavas. They are number 3. I'm talking about Brahmins top, Kshatriya number 2, Vaisnavas number 3, and the final were Sudras, who were laborers, who work. They were considered as Sudras. But there was another community which doesn't come in any of the caste, and those castes were called untouchables in India. They had no caste. So those people cannot sit with other people, cannot drink, cannot study. In fact, forget about studying or sitting next to them. Even their shadow cannot come on you. If that happens, they will still beat you to death. They were exploited very badly in India. That is how this all journey has begun. I'm telling you the history that was happening. Who did this? Who was the one who made all these things happen? It's us. It's human beings. For their greediness, they have done it. The Brahmins, maybe Buddha never said, no God said that you have to discriminate people. No religion can do that, because we all have the same blood, same eyes. Faces can be different, but all other things are the same. How can you relate? If somebody has to, this is my thinking, somebody has to discriminate someone, he should be given a class according to their karmas, not by birth. If your karmas are good, we can put you on the top. It's okay. Buddha's karma was the top. That's why he is the supreme teacher. We all bow down. Venerable Hansa is our teacher. We bow down because of his knowledge, the karmas that he have. That is how we should discriminate people, not on the basis of the birth. So Dr. Ambedkar, at that time, he was also from the untouchable community at that time. But he studied hard, very hard, and brought the social justice in our country. He was the one who wrote the constitution of our country, and he made sure this practice is abolished and everyone should be treated equal, not on the basis of caste, color, creed, or any kind of a religion. Now it has become a crime in India, but still it is against the law. Still some people practice that part because it is in their blood already. If somebody is working like cleaning, a cleaner comes, still people have that thought he belongs to a low caste. People still have it, still not gone from their minds. It is coming from the generations, not easy. I'm telling you this part because you need to know how it ends and how it started again. In that era when Buddha was there, his way of working was very different. Like, he was against the war, everybody knows. So his war was discussions, question answers, debates with other religious leaders. They said, if we have a debate of question answers, if you win, I follow you. If I win, you follow us. Very simple. And Buddha was never defeated because he was an enlightened one. He was very clear, very scientific, very practical. So, but at that moment, many religious leaders from Hinduism, they didn't have the way to finish that part, because he said the way the things are going, the day is not far, then when the whole, not only in India, the whole world will start following the Buddha. We have to find a way. No food to eat after that. Their business will ruin. I will call it more commercial sometime. I'm sorry to say this part. Sometimes this happens. So that time, that was the time when they have got this point that Buddha is also a part of Hinduism. Okay, he is a reincarnation of Lord Vishnu. He is our God. Now Buddha belongs to Hinduism. Now people said, okay, oh, he's our Hindu, like no problem. We also pray him, like, then that's the easy way. We cannot fight. Okay, let him be our God again. So, but that is not accepted by Ambedkarites. That is not accepted by Dr. Ambedkar. But that is how slowly again Buddhism merged into Hinduism. And slowly, slowly it got vanished. And then the incident happened about Dr. Ambedkar in 1956, when he became Buddhist. After studying all the religions, he chose Buddhism, and 500,000 people have become Buddhist with him. And the unfortunate thing, he died after 2 months becoming a Buddhist. Now the knowledge is incomplete. People became Buddhist because Dr. Ambedkar is like God to them, and he made everyone Buddhist. He became Buddhist, but now he told us, but now what to do? There's nothing to follow. There's nobody to follow, whom to follow, what to learn, from where to learn. So Buddhism revived, but it's standing still. He is the one who said to his people, I know you might not able to rotate the Dhamma chakra, Dhamma wheel, but please make sure it doesn't come back. At least hold it the place where I'm leaving it now. So people of India has a thought now, they're not pushing it, not rotating it, they just stand still and holding it there. How we can restore Buddhism now? Because it is standing still. So my point was, now what to do? What shall I do to rotate the Dhamma wheel? How to restore? How to bring back Buddhism? How to, fulfill the dream of Dr. Ambedkar to make India a Buddhist country again? What to do? So many questions arised in my mind. I said, okay, let me start going and do some ceremonies with the people, some peace conference, meet some people. I did it. I went to different communities, and I was thinking the other religions were stopping this religion to grow. But no. When I met these people who are Buddhist, number one, knowledge is very poor about Buddhism. They don't have much knowledge. Many of them cannot even speak silas. Many of them don't know what is Buddhism. Sometimes some of them you might find praying the Buddha statue. That's it. Nothing else. Now what is my duty to perform? How to restore? So first thing, I thought, okay, I studied Asoka. I think you all know King Asoka. He made 84,000 stupas around the country and put the Buddha relics there. That was his way. That was his way of doing it. So I thought, I am not Asoka, but to win the trust of the Indian Buddhist people, I can try to donate 84,000 Buddha statues to them. Let me take Buddha to them. Why I took Buddha to them? Because before that, I have traveled across the country. They have thousands of temples which you don't know. But the temples are not like the temple in Thailand or Vietnam or other country. Temple is just like one small room, sometimes this size, the whole temple, sometimes half of this size of this temple. And they have a statue which is all broken, made of cement. Hand is cracked, eye is cracked, head is cracked, and they are just praying. Poor people come and pray. So I thought, if I give a beautiful Buddha statue to them, I win the trust that this man will do something for Buddhism. Because they have political leaders, but spiritual leader is missing somewhere. Everyone is looking for the benefit. So I thought of this and I said, okay, let me start this setup where I will try to distribute 84,000 statues. But before doing it, I wanted to make it happen in a grand way where people can know more about me. And I wanted to learn a little more deeply about Buddhism. I have done the movie, I have read the movie, but practically, did I actually lived like a Buddhist? That was a question mark. Being an actor, I'm actually living like a Buddhist or not? 95% of people who are Buddhist don't live like a Buddhist. That's a factual truth again. I have seen very hardly I find some people who are like really true Buddhists who really follow even upasakas or monks. I bring everyone here. I'm very sorry, but but I feel it's a truth. So at that moment, I thought, okay, let me ordain myself. Let me become a monk. Let me become a monk for 15 days. At least people can see, can trust me more that yes, this man being an actor, it's not easy. If a layman still easy, shave off head, shave off eyebrows, Very easy is okay. But me becoming a monk means for at least 6 months, I will have no work to do in acting. Zero. Because nobody will cast me as a bald with no eyebrows. Then I requested my friend, my brother, is it possible that they don't shave my eyebrows? At least they all were laughing. He said, my master said, like, you're still attached. No, we have to shave everything off. So people saw that, it's some kind of a sacrifice also, even it's for me. But deep down, my thinking is going that I need to win the trust of the people of India. So I shaved off my head. I became a monk in Wattathong. And at that time, I started learning the Buddhist practices, because sometimes people will talk to me and they ask me some questions. I have no answers. I will look like a fool there. And I really don't want to. So that time, I became a monk. I became a monk for 15 days. But in those 15 days, I got so much of a love from the people that it was very, very difficult, to leave the robe. They were not allowing me to leave the robe, because every day in the temple, 500 people coming to just listen to me as if I'm a monk for last 20 years, and they will come, they will sit, and they will listen to the sermon. Okay, Buddha is going to give a nice sermon here. We are standing there. People are looking at me. Sometimes they don't understand, but they're crying. People coming, like very old people coming, just to pray. And then when I announced for the Buddha statues, and now I have started getting the Buddha statues for my country. One by one, people who cannot even walk, they have statues at home, and they have, with the shivering hands, the old man wants to give the statue to me. Please take it to India. The thought was that this man was trying to bring back Buddhism in India. So I got thousands of statues. The whole temple got filled with so many statues in 3 months that we don't have even one room in the building to sit properly. Forget about even the parking place, huge parking place, is all statues. So I was thinking, okay, what to do? After 4 months, I did not plan that, okay, it will be so fast. But that I got it now. So now there is a struggle to send it to India. So those struggles is like, again, a long story, but I will not go into it. But that's the time I went to India, first of all, as a monk with the Sangha, to make a tour, to visit many places, so that people can see me on media, people can see me live, can listen to me, can trust me more. And that was the time when I started giving statues to all the temples, to upasakas, to meditation centers. Then again, the people are having the questions. Oh, but how can you spread Buddhism with the statue of the Buddha? That is not Buddha taught us. Like, oh, give the statue and you, like, you're becoming Buddhist. Now you are spreading Buddhism in your own way. I said, number one, who told you that this is my last step of spreading Buddhism? This is my first step, not the last step. Last step is making Dhamma reach to you, but it is starting with the Buddha. Let Buddha reach you, then Dhamma will reach. So I started giving the statues all over the country. Now Gagan is famous. Oh, Gagan Malik, oh, the guy who gives the Buddha statues. Like, now people remember me in that sense too. So it is given to all the temples. I think at least 25,000 statues has been distributed approximately up till now, in which at least 500 temples, very small temples with the big statues of 6 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet, like, and they are very happy and emotional. The day we go and give the statue to them, we have to see their eyes are full of emotions, tears are coming up. Now they have a statue to, pray. The things are different. Now, if I say something, they listen to me. So now I win the trust. But see the most unfortunate thing. 90% of the temples don't have a monk. Only 10%. When you go there, there is a Bodhacharya, they call it, who will recite the prayers. 10%, only 10%. 90% is run by the villagers or organizers there. Okay, we have put the statue. They will go in front of the media, okay, with the white dress and say, oh yes, I brought the Buddha statue, and now, you believe in me. Maybe he become a political leader one day. But now the question is arising in my mind, if no monk, I think there is no future of Buddhism. If you need a future in India, you want to rise Buddhism, first of all, we need to produce monks. Who's going to teach them? They already don't know nothing about Buddhism, and now there's nothing there. The monks are declining. There are many reasons. Upasakas are not doing their duties. Monks are not doing their duties. Then who's going to perform? Earlier, there was a time when Dr. Ambedkar said, if you have 4 kids, 3 kids, you just give 1 kid as a monk. But the parents are scared, not like in Thailand, if the child become monk, it's a pain, but it's a happiness also in somewhere in the minds and hearts of the parents. But in India, it's different now. They don't want to give. They said, okay, he's going to become a monk. You never know that he's become a beggar. You know, there's a big difference between a beggar and a monk. Monk is the one who gives it to you, actually. The knowledge, the Dhamma, the real knowledge of life which can take you to Nibbana even. He's a giver. He is that rank. And now it's another, when we go sometime, it is unfortunate to see in Bodh Gaya, they wear like an orange robe and they're asking, they're begging, can we have some money? They are not monks. We have a lot in India. And now the question is like, okay, I have given some statues, this stuff is going on, I'm meeting different communities, different people, but how to restore Buddhism now? What to do next? So we need to understand, first of all, the number one missing thing that I believe is the missing of Mahasangha in India. There is no Mahasangha in India. There are many Sanghas in India. Here we say, okay, in Thailand we come to Mahasangha, and India when we go to many Sanghas, and okay, from many Sanghas there is one Sangha. If one monk is not behaving well, they will take off their robe, then he go to another Sangha, and he take again refuge, and again he's coming with a new setup. One day he get married, okay, I leave the monkhood, now I get married, it's okay. Now after marriage, 1 year, he didn't like it, he divorced, he again go to another master, he again wear the robe, and he again become a monk. Here come another Sangha. So who has to control? There has to be a discipline. I am telling you the story which you might not find in Chat GPT or somewhere, because this is my practical experience which I saw, which I did. So first of all, we need to have a Mahasangha in India, in which we need the help of the international Sangha, because they understand. My job can be, I can find the top 20, 30 monks from India who we believe are well-learned monks. We became a Supreme Council, we make one Sangharaja, and then we can start the operation, so that everything that has to be done through that Sangha, and Supreme Council will take the decision for everyone. Everyone have their own Sangha in their own village. Means like, they don't listen, they don't care. That's the major drawback of Buddhism that is vanishing in India right now. That's number one we need to do. There are many other ways that we can restore. I believe again, according to me, if they really want to restore Buddhism, which will really the most effective one after Sangha, is to change the education system a little bit. Add one more subject to it. Subject of love, peace, and compassion. When you bring love, peace, and compassion, you only see Buddha, actually, but it is accepted by all the religions. If they bring a subject of love, peace, and compassion in the education system in the world, I think the future generations can change 360 degree. We have subjects. Christian people, schools, they have their own like extracurricular activities in which they will teach some Bible thing, or in Hinduism, we have extracurricular activity where the teacher will come and tell you about Hinduism. In Buddhism, there might be one. In Muslim also, there might be one. But they all are extracurricular activities. It has to be a compulsory subject, and the value must be as equal as other subjects like English, mathematics, or science. When you go to the university, you take the admission, it should have a value where the judges can see that, okay, how much did you get in this peace and compassion subject? As a human being, If someone will come for a job to me, if I see he's not good in English or mathematics, but if I need a job and I can see that he's a good person, I might consider him. That, oh, if he's a good person, he will learn. I will teach him. He will be on the right track. I can trust him. If someone is very good in mathematics but very clever, can create a problem for me, I want to avoid, even he has the highest marks. So it can bring a change. And okay, that can, bring Buddhism to a different level. Other point, I remember I did one role of, I don't know how many of you know about Kanishka, the king Kanishka. He was the one who made the first statue of the Buddha. He has his own thought. He was a guy who follows the Hinduism, a big devotee of Lord Shiva that time. So I played that role. When I was playing, I understood the point that he's the one who actually made the first statue of the Buddha by the Greek statue makers. I did a scene where I'm showing the first statue of the Buddha. He said he was impressed by the teachings of the Buddha so much that he said, okay, his currency was very famous throughout the region. So he said, I want to put Buddha's symbol on my currency, my coin. I want to emboss Buddha's image there. Then it will go everywhere. It has the power. People will ask about it. It is a kind of, making awareness about Buddhism or Buddha. So he called a conference, and 90% of the people said no. Only 10% said, okay, can be done. That was the time when everything changed. With that 10% people, he started working. He made a new community, and that was a different, they said, like, Mahayana or the other sect has been started from there, where they can use Buddha's image now. Because Buddha said, don't start, as I read that Buddha said, if you really want to pray me, you follow Dhamma. My body might die, but Dhamma will live forever. That's the greatest prayer that you can do if you follow Dhamma. But with the time, the things changed. Now this man has embossed Buddha in his currency, and Buddhism started going everywhere in different ways. That was, to me also, if India says that it is a land of the Buddha and we have a goddess Lakshmi, which is known as the goddess of the wealth, they should put a Buddha's image there. It is again a bitter truth. If you go, I challenge you, 60 to 70% people will not know nothing about Buddha in this billion of population that we have. We think, okay, because we are Buddhists, oh, who cannot know Buddha? But this is true. Many people, when I cannot know at the age of 30 that I just know he's a symbol of peace. I know Buddha, but nothing else about Buddha. But that is the way the whole country will right away know, okay, he's Buddha. He's from our land. He was the enlightened one. That also we can do. So the points where I'm raising, education system, building of a Mahasangha, where the international Sangha can help us in producing new novices. We put a seed and they will become a tree. We are working on that part already, that we are training some children. We are testing them. If they, for 6 months, we believe that, yes, they can come and they can study. They can do it, we'll do it. So we can send them to Thailand. They can study for 15, 20 years. We will sponsor them and they can become good monks. That is what we are trying to do. So if you people think how to restore Buddhism, I think the first thing is Mahasangha and producing the new monks. That's very important. Then another factor comes that we can do retreats, because they are very much interested in Vipassana. In every middle class and rich class house, when you go there in India, they will have Buddha's image, they will have Buddha's statue, but not as a part of his godly, but they say, oh, he's a symbol of peace. When his statue is at home, like, it brings peace. They have it. And all these people are interested in meditation. As my master said, meditation was no word brought by the foreigners. Vipassana is the correct word. Even most of them might not know. So these people are interested in Vipassana. So we must try to make some retreats somewhere where we can teach them Vipassana in some ways. Thirdly, I've seen Christians have their own way of, missionaries to make them Christians, follow Christianity. They try to help. They go to help the poor, and then, they started following. They have their own way, but we have something so special. We might not give money to them, but we have the strongest teaching which can show them the way to be happy, how to do it, how to live it, which nobody will say. That's why there's a great difference between other religions are of belief. This is the religion, which the religion of doubt and practicality. Like you ask questions, you learn from there, you practice, and you win. Very clear. Everything is done by you yourself. You are the master of yourself. Nobody else is your master here. Nobody there, no God will come and tell you, okay, I will give you the food now. It is you only who have to go and earn and eat your own food and live your life. That is the beauty of the Buddhism, which is the most practical one. We have sites. We have different sites in India. I think we can promote those sites. We can help in bringing awareness through social medias, because there are a lot of caves which you people don't know even. Thousands of caves are there which are from the ancient times of the Buddha. You go inside and you see like, oh my goodness, this is Buddha. This is more than 1,000 years old, 2,000 years old, but nobody is caring about it, neither the government. But personally, I think when you graduate from there, if you have something in your mind that yes, you want to restore Buddhism in India, you can work on these fields. Vinaya is totally missing in India. That we need to work for that. We are working in a way where we bring them to Thailand to learn Buddhism, learn Vinaya. People are asking me, why you are taking them in Thailand and getting them ordinate there? They can learn Buddhism in India. I said, where? No, how? They cannot compete with Thailand in terms of Vinaya, in terms of discipline of the Buddhist people. You come and you see, and then you go back and you can match. So we need to teach them the correct discipline of a Buddhist. I have seen them not even talking. Forget about bowing down 3 times. You should see sometime how they talk to the monk. It's very shocking for me sometimes. Oh, Bante, how are you? Very he's like your old friend has come, met you after a long time. It's very funny. And I have embraced Buddhism in 2014 in Sri Lanka. After the movie, one of the very most senior monks, Sankharaja, said no to me for meeting. Everybody wants to meet me, and Sankharaja said there's nothing special about him. Why I have to meet him? He said, no, the guy said he's propagating Buddhism. People follow him. He's doing a lot for Buddhism. He said, it's like someone who's not happy are trying to distribute happiness. I said, what? Then he asked me, is he a Buddhist? He's not a Buddhist. He's telling everyone to be Buddhist, follow Buddha, Dhamma, and follow the teachings. He's not a Buddhist. So by my mind, my heart, I thought to myself, okay, I am a Buddhist already. If they want something which can put a stamp there, I will put a stamp. That is the time when I went on a very special day in Sri Lanka and I embraced Buddhism. So I have a stamp. But Buddha actually never put a stamp on anyone. He never knew which religion, where are you from, what are you from. He's there to make you a better human being. And he want to show you, okay, whatever you are, you follow the path and you will reach Nibbana. You follow the path, you will end your suffering. You follow the path to have happiness. He was very clear. There was no stamping there. Stamping is being done by some selfish political and religious leaders, because they want money, they want followers, they want power. And Buddhism is totally against all these things. We only talk about love, peace, social equality. We want to support each other. So these are the things which I've learned in Thailand and other countries. These are the things that are missing. So I think we should make some groups. I told you Vinaya is missing. I told you education is missing. the real meaning of Buddhism, the definition of the Dhamma is missing. Sometimes they do a lot of chanting, but they don't know exactly. Very few people know about it, but the core of the Dhamma is not known to them. So groups can go a certain corner of India where they can teach. I can get the people done. Okay, he's the leader in that area. Please go with him. He will arrange the things for you. You go and, just same as the theory of the Buddha. One man, I was like, it's very difficult to sometimes believe one man, he thought he can change the world. One man. The thought came in his mind, okay, he will change the world. He got enlightened. He went to the 5 of his friends, and then, okay, all those 5 monks have gone to the whole world. And now the population of the Buddhist people, who actually call them Buddhist or Buddha Dhamma, is number 3 in the world. Amazing. When one man can do it, I think we can do wonders. We are millions or billions, but we need to understand that we have to take this message strongly with unity. And this unity in the Buddhist people in India is also missing. It's not the other religions who are stopping or not letting them grow. It's themselves. If I bring one group of foreigners, monks or Buddhist people to help to maybe sometime some making merit or donations or anything, or for teaching, they don't want those people to go to next place as if they only belong to you. Only help my temple. Don't go this. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. Oh, he's this, like, people talking about each other bad, and like, okay, they don't, because they don't want you to go anywhere else. Only help that temple. But that it clearly shows he's not a great monk, and the thinking of people is not a Buddhist thinking. Buddhist thinking is something where we do something and we want to say, okay, I have done this good thing, but I give merit to my friend. I give merit to this thing. This is Buddhist thing. But Venerable Hansa just today announced, okay, we want to help Myanmar people. They are in pain. We can do our own jobs, like we have nothing to do. He is very busy. You are very busy. You are studying, and we can do. I can come do, like, give a lecture and go back home. It's okay. My job is done. No, but he took a pain. No, Gagan, we must help, because this shows how true Buddhist you are. We need to bring that compassion inside you, because when we give something to someone, that is the real inner happiness that one human being can have in his life. I was playing Siddhartha. I did a scene in which I am leaving the palace. Many people think like, oh, he just ran away from the temple or ran away from the palace without letting anyone know. But that was not the truth. You can't just, like, living a normal life, in the span of one night, you just run away. It was not the case. He was watching the things, what is happening, and he was making up his mind, and he's talking to his family, his wife, that I must go. One day I have to go. Like the warnings have been given. And the day when he left, about to leave, there was a conversation with Yasodhara and Siddhartha. Very painful. I was actually crying because I could not utter a word, even in Sri Lankan language, because I know the meaning. My heart was understanding, and the tears were coming rolling down. And I am just an actor, just acting there as Siddhartha, not the real one. And now you think of the real one, who was actually a prince, actually have so much of a wealth that he can live his life in luxury without any problem. But he is leaving everything by his own choice. Nobody is forcing him to go, and to find a path for the whole humanity, not for himself. If he goes for something, okay, I want to do something for myself, I'm taking this decision. But there, he took a decision for the whole humanity. It's such a crazy thing that has been done. This is a great sacrifice that Prince Siddhartha has given. So if we really want to do something, we also, Buddhist people, need to sacrifice our happiness if we want to bring a smile to other people. That is the true definition of a true Buddhist. That is what we are. So this thing is also lacking in Buddhism. I could have said many things. Okay, we have to follow this. Like, sometimes if I try to do homework, like, when I was told lecture, first thing we open some books, some Google, Chat GPT, everything. They have a typical thing. Then I was reading, okay. Then I said, no. I have to take my heart out what I feel that should be done. So I think the restoration of Buddhism in India can only be done with these practical things, where we have to make one Mahasangha, we have to change the thought process, teach them Vipassana, teach them all the Buddhist rituals, traditions, so that they know the situations, they know the definition of a true Buddhist. And for that, we need to make some groups. Like I said, Buddha, one person has changed the whole thing with 5 people. We are millions. We can make the groups and go every corner of India as a Sangha to do the job. What is the job of the monk? Okay, can you please tell me again? Okay. Now the job of a monk is teaching Dhamma. Teaching Dhamma to whom? Teaching Dhamma to whom? The believer. Teaching Dhamma to the believers. Okay, I am a believer of the Buddha. Please teach me Dhamma, and you teach. Now, that's very good. Now what we need, not to sit and hear and bring someone, okay, I will come. Now is the time. If you want to restore Buddhism in the land of the Buddha, you have to go and tell them that, please listen to me. This is the Dhamma of the Buddha, who was the son of India. Every corner. That's the real duty of a monk. Not following all your traditions, tight your robe and make groups and go to the every corner of India and tell them, teach them the Dhamma in the easiest way possible to them. Find a way, like in a very intelligent way, with the translator who can speak the local language. We have 66 languages in India. So you have many languages, even I don't know. If I go to south of India, I don't know a single word there. So you have to plan it. That's the way let's do Buddha way. Let's follow, let's walk throughout. We did Dhamma Yatras also. That's a kind of awareness where people will join you. But he said, after every 5 kilometers, we will have a 1-hour class where people will come and I will teach Dhamma to them. So we need to go to the different corners because we are millions. And if you do that, I think we will reach somewhere. Sometimes even people don't understand anything. You do your job. Things will happen. Instead of once this thing will happen, what are we looking forward to? It will automatically happen. I don't want to go like a typical scientific way. Okay, now you go to this place, you talk about this, you go to this place, talk about this, you go to this place, talk about this. No, it's just a Dhamma, Buddha way. Buddha way is traveling all over the world, all over the country, and keep teaching. Make the groups, okay, this is the journey of my life. I have learned the Dhamma. Now it is my duty to teach Dhamma. It is not your duty, okay, now I have become a monk, I will make a temple, I will ask people to come, give me some donations, I will make a nice temple, will help someone, or new project is coming, now do this, now do that. No. If we're talking about restoration of India, it takes sacrifices. Siddhartha, I was telling you the story, because being the richest, he left everything and became the most poorest guy that he has to beg. And see him, the day he became enlightened, he became the richest man of the world. Till date, even he has nothing in terms of what you call money, wealth, or etc. But he has the knowledge which can take you away from all your sufferings in life. That's the power of the robe that you're wearing. That's the power that you will gain while you study and clear your Dhamma teaching here. So, in brief, I think I have explained. I don't want to take too much of a time, because sometimes when I talk too much or anybody, then you lose the concentration of understanding. But I hope you have all understood the points that I'm talking about. You understood the real core that is missing in India. Unity is missing. The education is missing. So, the real knowledge of Dhamma is missing, monks are missing, Mahasanghas are missing, traditions are missing, the culture of Buddhism is missing. So as a Buddha way, you all have to make groups and go all away, all over India in every way, and I'm there to help you. So I think this will be enough. If any one of you have any questions to ask, please, you feel free to ask me now. We can talk, we can discuss. I might not answer you if you tell me, okay, you tell me this chanting, I might not be able to that. For that, we can ask Venerable Hansa for the Pali chanting. But if any questions, generally, practically, please ask, sir. In the meantime, you can take this one.
Thank you.
Hi. First of all, thanks for your great speech. You have well talked about the problems of the Indian Buddhism, and you have also mentioned that how to restore. So, my question is that in the present life, right now, what are you doing to restore the Indian Buddhism as a practical way that you are doing?
His question is very clear. Like, I have told you that how to restore. Now the again question, what are you doing? That was from Vietnam also. The same thing has come. So yes, I am doing a lot of things. As I said, I have donated more than 25,000 statues to those temples which didn't have a proper statue. Now the whole community of that 25,000 temples have shook hand with me. I'm in touch with them. That's number one. So from there, whenever I try to do something, I can bring monks from Thailand or any other country to those places who can teach them bit about Dhamma there. I am bringing the people from India to Thailand also to learn a lot from there. That's number two. I have started the training school where I'm started training this young novices so that I can bring them to Thailand and sponsor them so they can study and become monks forever. I have started at least 6 Dhamma schools already in India, which they will teach Dhamma to the small children on Saturdays and Sundays, including Mumbai, the day like that. But good, you reminded me. I am trying to support them to keep doing the Pindapath practice, Charika practice. It's missing. I want to see monks walking on the road. In Mumbai, not in village. This Pindapath happens in India when if somebody says, oh, Bhante, tomorrow I want to make married, please come for Pindapath tomorrow. Then only Bhante will get ready and come for Pindapath. But it must be done normally. They don't do it because no Upasikas to support and no monks to go out. But I want this thing to be done so that they can come out of their pond and go into the ocean. Another very important thing arises with this question, that a thought process of a Buddhist people in India is going this way, that if anything good is coming up from the Dhamma of the Buddha, let's say a beautiful message of the Buddha on the WhatsApp, I read it, and it is only sent to all the Buddhist groups of the country. So why not we are sending all these to the other people, other religions? Why when we talk about the media, A-grade media in India or A-grade school, they are nothing to do with Buddhism. There is no A-grade Buddhist channel. If anybody of you have the courage, we can support, we can discuss, we should make a Buddhist channel in India, which is the strongest means. I miss this point, very important, that we need to make, and I'm working on that one also. We have a meeting very soon. Like I already had 2-3 meetings. Once we have a Buddhist channel, A-grade I'm talking about, which have a great viewership, then the whole nation can watch, can bring a major change. So we are working on that part also. And our Buddhist people don't have a channel, that kind of a channel. Our Buddhist people don't have a Buddhist-based A-grade school. We have Christian-based, okay, it's a Christian-based school. The boy will speak very good English. He'll be very well educated, everything. But why it can't be a Buddhist base? I want to listen Namo Tassa in the morning as a prayer, but all other schools have different religion prayers. So this thing is also missing. So we have to work to restore. We need to do this point also. and I'm doing many other small activities to build the trust, to go to the Buddhist people to see the needs that they want. So a lot of work, statues, Dhamma schools, producing the monks. And okay, I'm also I've announced that we are making one of the most beautiful even temple in India, so that people will see it as a model there, and we can start many courses there, so people can learn, and it's much easy to travel in India, because sometimes they cannot afford to come to a different country. A lot of things are happening. I've organized Dhamma Yatras also, where monks, I have organized with 100 monks. Yesterday it finishes from Bodh Gaya to Lumbini for 70 monks. Dhamma Yatra means not just walking. Stopping by, our people are there, the village will come and they will learn Dhamma from the monk. They will stop and teach. So I am trying to do it in my own way. Any other questions? Okay, ma'am.
How about you run for the Prime Minister of India? So from the India history, and we can know that such as Asoka, the king, and support Buddhism. So that is the golden age of Buddhism. So why you never thought about to do the election to become the Prime Minister?
This is like this. Okay, vote for Gagan Malik now. Okay. Thank you very much that you see that potential inside me, that okay, I can be a political leader. But now I have to explain you. We have many political Buddhist leaders who have not done what they should have done in last 30-40 years. I have done in 2 years what they were supposed to do in last 40 years being a Buddhist leader. But the problem in India, practically when I went to these people, as soon as I will announce that, okay, I am going to be a political leader, they will not have trust in me. They will lose trust right away. Oh, that Gagan is doing Buddhist work because he wanted to be elected as a minister or a prime minister or whatever. His main goal is not Buddhism. His main goal is politics. And not only that, as soon as I announce all the political party I will join, 50% opposition will become my enemy. So right now, all the political parties are my friend. I go to the ruler party, I go to the opposition, they all welcome me. If I ask for some work, they all do it for me. But as soon as I join one party, other party will say, thank you, sir. He's a fraud. He's doing this. He want to earn money. He want power. He want this. So I want to avoid that. And in India, if I will be able to become a good spiritual leader, believe me, I will be much, much, much more powerful than a politician. So I don't want to go into politics. Okay. Any other question? Okay, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Dr. Gagan Malik. So I have a lot of questions, but now when I listen to your speaker, so I don't want to ask you, but I would like to suggest for you. This is when you are becoming Buddhism for 8-year people, so you need to show the Four Noble Truth. This is the true way. This is, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, as a lay person, I've learned, okay, Four Noble Truths very nicely. I know about it. Now I want the people, the nun like you and the group of a monk. My job is like Asoka, as you mentioned. I will take you, come. And then I will tell the people, okay, here is the sister, here is the monk. They will teach you the Four Noble Truths. In Hindi we say, dukh hai, dukh ka karan hai, dukh ka nivaran hai, or dukh ka nivaran jo hai, wo hai Ashtang Marg. This is in Hindi, I spoke Four Noble Truths. So, but when it comes to your mouth, then it will be more stronger. That's a different chapter. Sometimes people want to listen from me, but I want monks to give that to all those people. I will take you one when you want to come to India. Please connect with Mr. Natakit and we make a group. I will make a tour so that you can go to different places or one place where you can teach people about Four Noble Truths. And that's not enough. I want you to train them even about Panchasila, which is very basic, Noble Truths, even Eightfold Path. And what else you have to teach, you can. Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Thanks for your excellent speech, and I do learn a lot. And I think you already know what happened to your country about the Buddhism religion. To me, I think I wanted to ask you, because you are famous as a layperson, actually, I get a big interest about the Buddhism because I'm watching the TV show from your country and movie about Buddha.
Yeah.
So excellent.
Yes.
So I think, do you have any plan to make any new movie or TV series? I think this kind of thing really could affect more people. Based on people's education level, movie and a TV show is the best way to let them to contact with the Buddha teaching.
Yes. Which country are you from?
China.
China. Okay. India, China, brothers and sisters. I personally have a very good relation with Chinese diplomats in India. I was very close to the ambassador, consulate, like that close that they have celebrated my birthday there in the New Year's. But as you are from a very rich country, so I will tell you something here. The problem, the Buddha series came in India and it made a record in India, like the biggest record. I'm telling you the bitter truth that you should know. The biggest record that series have made in India is it has got the lowest TRP ever made by any TV series in the country. The lowest TRP ever. And it is the biggest hit around the world. So this is the bitter truth of Buddhism in India, a small example. He wanted to stop the series, but Mr. B.K. Modi, who was the producer, billionaire, he said, I pay all the money, please don't stop it. Otherwise, it could have stopped in between, no sponsors. So this is the bitter truth. So why I'm telling you this? Because there are no sponsors. The producers have no courage to produce the Buddhist movie because they're scared that they will lose money, not make money out of it. So they want to make something from which they can make money. So now we have script ready. If you know some good producer in China who has a lot of money, can come to me and call me and tell me, I will give you the script. I will tell him produce a good movie. Even China production will be very nice. Or if they want Indian production, I can get it. But we need good money. So in these kind of things, people are not putting it money. But the good news is people around the world, they are still trying. And our most venerable Ajahn Chaya Saro is also going to make a nice documentary series very soon on Buddhism. He will start it soon. The work is started going on. Maybe next year they will start. I am trying. Maybe I might be a part of it too. I'm not sure. But yes, what you have said, it makes sense. And media, she is 100% correct, is the most powerful means to learn about something. If I give a speech, you might forget when you go back. But if you see a movie there, you will never forget. You will know everything clear. So this thing cannot give us the money or the producers, but that's why I choose the other part. That is opening of the Buddhist A-grade channel in India. Once you have a Buddhist channel, then sponsors can come because it's regular. What is happening in the current situation, you can see Buddhist news, you can show some drama, documentary, then everybody knows. It can bring a change. Then new people can come. So I'm moving forward, but it takes a lot of money. If China have the money, then please help India. Yes, but we love China. Sometimes political people, borders is a different chapter. My personal experience in China, when I went there, the people are very hospitable and I really love them. The kind of welcome they give, the support is very good. Okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Gagan Malik. I am a lecturer in IBSC BA program. My name is Dr. Natapap. I have practiced Vipassana in many Vipassana center in Thailand. But one of that I'm really interested in Ajahn Goenka. I hope that you know him, right? Unfortunately, he passed away. But actually, he also have the idea that to bring Buddhism back to India. He created a lot of Vipassana center in India, in all in many provinces, in many cities in India, and a very big giant pagoda in Mumbai. Also. Yes. Yes. In I would like to ask you that do you have any idea to have any collaboration or have to take this opportunity to join with this center or organization as according to Ajahn Goenka Foundation in India? Yes.
Dr. Goenka is very well respected man who has done a great work for Buddhism. Everybody knows in the world that he has really bring the concept of Vipassana, which is very strong and disciplined, and Indian people like it very much. When they are too stressed, they want to go and do the Vipassana setup. I'm saying that is already being done. I have no intentions to collaborate. If I need to collaborate, I will collaborate with my master, that is Venerable Ajahn Hansa. So if I have to do something, open centers and do anything, I will do with him because he's my master. I have learned from him. Practically, I know what he teaches is correct. When I feel like, okay, I have done it, I have felt it, I know people will feel it. Sometimes Dr. Goenka he has his own curriculum way, which is very nice and very strong, very strict. But I would request most venerable here, if we create something, we will not create that strict because they are on a very, very first stage. They will run away. It's like we need to find something interesting and very learning, like easy learning, like later on we can do it. So we respect Dr. Goenka's teachings, and people around the world respect, and it's a great opportunity. But in future, if you're talking about, I told that I don't want people to come to us. I want monks to go to the people. If you really want to restore Buddhism in India, okay. Now they are having centers, people call, oh, please help me, my number is not coming. Okay, few people, you do this, do that. It's very like set up in a very nice way. But I want to go Buddha way. I want to go to the people. I want monks to go to the corner, work hard, bruises in the feet, walking hundreds of kilometers, be there. So they see they have come all the way from there to teach us. We must sit and listen to him, what he says. In one corner of the village where they have never gone out of the village, if you ask about spelling of the Buddhism, they will not know. Forget about going to Dr. Goenka's place. They don't know nothing. And I want to reach those places. Those are the real people who will follow, who will bring the change in the country. So, Master, be ready, please. Thank you. Okay, one more question from a very beautiful lady. I don't know from where she is. Okay. Huh? Oh yeah, we forgot. After that, we'll show now in the end.
Yeah. Thank you for your talk. Yeah, it was very inspiring, and I think you're chosen this role for a reason, as well. But I have some questions that I wanted to ask. When do you think is it possible that the greatest offering that you could ever make is not what your hands build, but what your heart let go and your own realization? How do you balancing from spreading the outer Dhamma and realizing your own inner Dhamma? And also, like when Buddha became Buddha, he didn't say, oh, let's build a temple or let's start a Sangha. He just sat on the trees and walk his own path. And how do you truly, like, I see what you're trying to do for all the people, but ultimately I think the best Dhamma is yourself. Like when you become Buddha, you don't have to speak a single word, just standing there. It's enough. Yeah.
Means I want to try to understand your question. It's still a little. So sorry, maybe some accent, or maybe it's not, the clarity is not there. You want to ask like, what do I do if I become Buddha? What is the?
What is Buddhism for you? How do you know you're restoring the real Buddhism?
No, for me, Buddhism is nothing to teach you in a very single one line. If you want to ask me, Buddhism is don't do bad things, just do good things is Buddhism. Nothing else. Very easy. But easy I can explain you now. Do good, don't do bad.
What if you do bad? Then do you punish all the people?
Yeah.
Is that real Buddhism?
The definition of bad is we are so much grown up that we don't have to explain that this is bad to anyone. If I slap someone, abuse someone, it's bad. Good karma and bad karma we all know, but our minds are not that strong to take the decision to do good all the time, because bad is very attractive. Mara is very attractive. Beautiful girls, I look at you, I feel very happy.
Is nature good or bad?
In nature, but we have to have a strong mind there. We have to have a strong mind where we can have ability to choose. So to me, living in the present moment with mindfulness is almost equal to enlightenment. I repeat, living in awareness, or living in present with mindfulness, I think is very close to enlightenment. This is what we need to practice, and this is what the core of the Buddhism.
Is emptiness just in your body, or emptiness is infinite? The mindfulness is just here, but it's also here, there, it's everywhere. Is non-mindfulness part of mindfulness?
Once you are mindful yourself, that's number one, then you will be able to understand that mindfulness is there or there or there. First it is there, then we talk about other places.
Who is the self?
Yes. So first of all, we need to train ourselves to be mindful, and Vipassana is the correct way to train your mind to be mindful all the time. And if I become Buddha, so we have to understand, if I become enlightened or I gain some knowledge, a Buddhist is a true Buddhist only if he propagate Buddhism. Otherwise, he's an incomplete Buddhist. If you become a monk and keep on doing your own practice and don't do nothing, that means you are incomplete Buddhist. And I think there's no point of becoming a monk also. You have to service. You have to give service to the humanity. That is a job of a monk. If they learn something, Buddha got enlightened. What is the first thing he did? He ran to his 5 disciples. He said, I enlightened. I know now what is Dhamma. Like, please listen to me. And he gave his first sermon to them and tell them, please give it to everyone. And after that, he started speaking to the Sangha. When he started making Sangha and he gave his sermons, and later on, the many people, because he never wrote anything, he spoke, and then people have written books, and Tipitak, everything has been written later on. But to me, sometimes I listen to the chanting, Tripitaka, many things, but I've heard that Buddha always explained the things in a very easy way with an example, not in a way where it is very difficult to understand. So if I become Buddha or I get enlightened, I might not think of constructing a temple at this moment. I will try to connect with people in a nice place so that I can tell them, and I myself will go to the people and try to distribute Dhamma.
Don't just learn Theravada Buddhism, also learn Mahayana and Vajrayana. So I think when you're more knowledgeable, you can help more people as well. Like, don't stop growing yourself while you're helping more people.
See, end of the day, like, the supreme master of Mahayana or Vajrayana or Theravada or anything, the supreme master is Buddha. He's the supreme master.
You are Buddha.
No.
Everyone is Buddha.
Not yet.
When you can see that.
Everyone is not Buddha. Everyone has the capability to become Buddha, not Buddha. But we have the capability, and we need to train our mind.
Maybe one day you'll change that view, and that's the day when you become Buddha.
If I will look at you, I can never become Buddha.
That's attachment as well.
And which country are you from? I didn't ask, sorry. Where are you from? Oh, you're in China. Okay. I must come to China now.
Okay. So sorry to interrupt. I think there are many questions, but I think there are one question from one of the viewers here.
Oh, viewers there. Okay.
Live here. So I don't know. It's Venerable Jyoti Nando. I'm not sure whether he's here. So he asked that, do you know what is happening in India, Buddhists in India now, and why are Buddhists protesting? And he wants you to discuss what should be done to free Bodh Gaya from Brahmins. I don't know what's the controversy.
Okay. That's again a good question from Bante. Thank you very much. Basically, this is also a question which is, I will tell you, like currently, we are protesting Buddhist people that we need the Mahabodhi temple, the premises in the hands of the Buddhist people, not any other people. There was an act which I've heard, like, in 1949 and BTMC Act, where they announced that 4 people will be Buddhist people, 4 people will be Hindu people, and the main chairman will be Hindu, like to take care of the main Mahabodhi temple there. But after the constitution, this act should be finished, and the Buddhist places must go into the hands of the Buddhist people, and Hindu places to the Hindu people, Muslim places to the Muslim people. But the question is, why the involvement of Hindu people is there when it is a purely, clearly, like it's a Mahabodhi Buddhist temple? So that is the protest which is going on, and I really feel that the government should come forward and give it in the hands of the Buddhist people, that okay, truly it belongs to the Buddhist community, and you take care of it. And to have a check, they should have a meeting together, they should sit together, and they will try to make sure that it should run smoothly right now, like in a very good way. So that is the protest which is going on, and I also went there.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope this answers your question, the viewer who are watching. Okay, I think we have it's already 11, so I think one more last questions, then we should end the sessions.
I thought another pretty girl will ask me. Oh yes. Oh, okay, yes. I know her very well. I have met her many times. She is, you can say, a good friend, and I'm a good follower.
So dear brothers and sisters, if you can concise your question, please do it quickly.
Dear brother, I'm very good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to meet you today. So many years we met together as the South Chang district, Vietnam, with my master. At that time, I saw you. You were a monk, and I'm very happy with your contribution for Buddhism in India and in the world. So I would like to ask you, how do you practice Buddha teaching in daily life for yourself? Thank you.
I think how do I practice Buddhist, like a Buddhist practice, like how I live my life? I feel Buddha was very clear about the middle path. If everything is disciplined, you wake up on time, you eat what you need, not like, eating too much, drink too much, or drink means water or juice or anything, not drinking about the alcohol I'm talking about. When the life runs in a disciplined way, I think that's the Buddhist way, like a middle path, everything in a proper balanced way. That is what you call like living a life in a normal way, but keeping the most important things which we recite but we don't do. That Panchasila is the most important thing that define you as a Buddhist. If you don't break the Sila, that means you are really living a life of a Buddhist. But it doesn't mean that the people who can't do it are not Buddhist. At least we should have the intention that we want to follow the Sila. Okay, not today, maybe tomorrow. Like then one day will come. Following the Sila, living a balanced life, and living in the present with mindfulness, I think is the 3-liner answer for you. Thank you. Okay, last question.
I think I would give to Venerable. He was trying to ask from a couple of times. I think this will be the last question, Venerables. I'm sorry, because our time is up.
Yes, hello. My name is Robert. I'm from the United States. So I'm studying here in Thailand. And so I just wanted you to know that I'm hearing your message. And I wanted to be the first monk here today to commit to go to India to teach.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you, Venerable.
Okay,
Venerable
that's
Robert.
it. That's a good thing. And we are, when you come, please connect with us. You have Mr. Natakit there. You can connect with us, and whatever support is needed, we will try our best so that you can teach people. Okay, that will be wonderful. It's a great concept. And finally, I would like to thank our master, Most Venerable Hansa, for inviting me. I hope we have exchanged our views. I know some of the questions might be in your mind to ask me. Please note it down and give it to the beautiful Chinese lady. She will call me and ask me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much once
Thank
again.
you very much. So on behalf of everyone here, I would like to extend all our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Gagan Malik for sharing his valuable insights on restoring Indian Buddhism from his personal experience. I think from his personal experience and his journey, dedicating to promote Buddhism and restore Buddhism in India. I think all of us here has got a very insightful knowledge from his direct experience in promoting and restoring Buddhism by his actions. So upon this auspicious times, once again, I would like to thank Mr. Gagan Malik and his team for being here to share his knowledge. And I think we've only got time until 11, but it's 11:06. So without further ado, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Prameti Vacharabandit to offer him a gift of love, a token of love to Mr. Gagan Malik, and we shall have a group picture together. As a Buddhist, we should say sadhu, right? Sadhu. Sadhu. So I hope in the future, Mr. Malik and his team will have some different projects promoting and restoring Buddhism. Sadhu, sadhu. So I hope so. Yes, Mr. Malik would be offering the donation for Myanmar earthquake relief. Sadhu, sadhu. And some of our MSMO team has already reached to Myanmar, and they're going to help people, victims there. And also I would like to PR to everyone if you want to make contributions or any little donations, you can donate in this bank account as shown on the screen, right? So now Venerable Ajahn will lead us to pay homage to the Triple Gem, and let's have a group picture together. Okay. เปลี่ยนไมค์ให้หน่อยครับเจ้าหน้าที่ครับ
อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวาพุทธังภะคะวันตังอะภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามิ
Okay, staff, please bring the chair for Venerable Director, and we shall take a group picture together before we leave. So as we have seen some Venerable monks who are ready to contribute to propagate and restore Buddhism in India. So rejoice this merit to Venerable Robert, who is willing to go to India and promote and restore Buddhism from his side. And I hope in the future there will be please join the screen, please join the stage, please join the stage, venerables, ladies and gentlemen, to have a group picture together with Mr. Malik, Mr. Gagan Malik, Mr. Natakrit, venerable monks. I think from his talk today, some of you have been inspired to propagate Buddhism, the origin land of Buddha in India. Okay, thank you very much once again. Thank you, Mr. Gagan Malik, Mr. Natakrit, for being here and sharing your insightful knowledge. And now it's lunchtime. Please, I hope some of you might be going to the